Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays City Skylines. Two things right off the bat here. The first is, I apologize if I sound a little under the weather. I am a little under the weather. It's not life-threatening or anything like that. What do you mean? Oh, I thought these were like not enough customers, but actually they just all have blue roofs. The second thing is thank you to everybody who informed me that water purification plants are actually the like late game, or mid game I guess, replacement for sewage drainage pipes, thereby meaning that I don't actually have to keep putting water purification plants next to our sewage drainage pipes, and as a result can probably avoid the staggering amount of death that has happened in the middle of my city as a result. Let's figure out how we're gonna do that. I would prefer, if possible, not to leave our shit to just get like putrefied in this bay. But we need to get like flow going in the other direction because it's all flowing downstream right now. Well, we could start, well, not start, but we could throw down, like, our purification plants here and then get them in. First things first, I think we can afford to bulldoze, like, a lot of the actual sewage pipes. So, like, bulldoze that one, and see how that affects things. We'll just let a couple of days go by here. This is an important thing to actually take care of so that we can, you know, have a city that doesn't completely shit itself, basically, and just die. Congratulations on playing iRacing. Now, if you could let me bulldoze the structure, I would appreciate it. This isn't even connected. I don't know what I was doing there. Let a day or so go by. I just want to make sure I'm not completely, like, ruining our sewer, output. We got some disconnected power lines here that we're gonna have to deal with as well. Is that... No, there's still one over here. And that totally, like, absolutely feeds into this bay, which is gonna feed over here. That's not good. Let's bulldoze it and make sure that everybody in the city is still getting sewage at the very least. Congratulations to us, our mayor has just won most attractive city. I could have told you that. Alright, where are we going to put our water treatment plants? Well, first things first, let's do the obvious thing, and because we are going to relocate our plants, but let's do the obvious thing and reconnect these buildings so that they actually work appropriately. Lord knows we can afford it right now. Still a little bit of death in the city. Hopefully a little bit less. Oh, okay, so these guys do not have sewage anymore. Okay, so we need to handle that. I'm just going to build an extra water treatment plant. But we need to do so in such a way that it's not going to feed into the pipes that are going to completely screw our city here. We should also connect this one, as mentioned many times. I wonder actually if we connect this one, if it will solve the sewage problems in... That's not connected, excuse me. If it will solve the sewage problems in our city that have now resulted. Let's try it again. We don't want to let this go on for too long. You know, people will start to move away from our city if they get... you know, no sewage for a long period of time, I'd have to imagine. Is that all popping? Is it... I can't tell if it's popping out or if it's popping in. I think it's popping out. Like in a good way. Oh, no, wait. There's a little bit of a lack of sewage here. I just want to check over here. We've broken a couple of power lines, basically. Oh, this one doesn't need to exist anymore. Just doing some... It's not really min-maxing, but you know what I mean. I thought I saw something over here that was not ideal. Maybe not. City's continuing to grow, but we just need to make sure that we actually have some sewage output for these fine folks over here. Unfortunately, all of this water heads downstream. So I can't really... I could throw like a water treatment plant. That looks like the Shoreline to me game. I don't know about you. Where are the intake pipes? All of the water intake pipes, they're like here. Do I have... I don't have any water intake pipes here. Well, I have one there. Ooh, I can... Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's try something. I'm gonna buy... Oh, I can't buy any more land until our next milestone. I really want to buy this land right here. Because if I buy that, then I think I can just put like a... treatment plant right here, and that should get it sorted out. But I'm not sure if it's that it's just like too physically distant or what here. Hopefully, by the way, this will lead to less poop being in this area. I also kind of want to just relocate all of these. They are still going to fill up the area with poop, but they're going to do it in a slower fashion. How much does the relocation cost? 3,000, huh? There's no reason to have them pumping it out, like, directly into the... Does that fit? That fits. There's no reason to have them pumping out, like, directly into the mouth of the bay. And we can probably relocate, like, another one over to the other side, at least. Like, this is just a lot of water treatment plants in this area for seemingly no reason. Let's make sure they're all piped up appropriately and, like, actually working. Because I think that they are probably not. There we go. It's going to cost us a little bit in piping. But this was the principal problem plaguing our city, and so many people tweeted me about it to tell me, hey, idiot, water treatment plants don't work the way that you think they do. I appreciate that. I had a backlog, and I didn't understand the tooltip as effectively as I probably should have. My mistake. How do you not have power? That's what I'm thinking here. Yeah, you should have power. And are you all actually providing sewer? Yes, okay. Has that solved the sewer problems way over here? I didn't think so. The other thing that I was thinking is that maybe we could do something with dams, but I don't think that that's likely. We still need to relocate, like, this other side, by the way. I don't think that doing anything with dams is gonna... oh, that's another sewer pipe there, so we'll bulldoze that. I don't think that's going to... I think I'm gonna flood my city, basically, instead of doing what I probably should be doing, which is not flooding my city, according to the mayor's handbook. And we are gonna be demolishing some industry in order to make this happen. I apologize. I don't think it needs to be done, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna do it. And we're expanding pretty nicely, so I'm thinking that this will all, you know, growing pains now for an easier life later. Love to live in this district. Are those sewer drainage pipes? No, those are intake pipes. Okay. So I'm hoping that this deals with the pollution in this area. What is this icon? Water is flooding. Oh no! We gotta move them. I've made a terrible mistake. I didn't realize. I was in another world. Are you still flooding? Less so? Yeah, the water's gone now. Okay. Less concerns, less concerns. Alrighty then. So we do still have the sewage problem up here. Gotta figure out something to do about that. That was dangerous. I didn't realize that the water treatment plants actually push up like the shoreline like that. I'm hoping that the pollution dissipates a little bit in here now that I've gotten rid of the sewage outflow pipes. That sounds like electrical concerns. Oh, I thought that sound meant like brownouts or something like that. Where are we going to put the next water treatment plant? It produces very... Oh, we can put it right here, but the question is, will it actually hook up to our grid properly and allow sewage outflow here? We'll find out. If it does, that would be a convenient solution. Let's see. Does that help? Is it actually piped up properly? It seems to be flowing. Ah, there we go. Okay, it handled it. There was a little bit of death over here. It happens. Alright. I think that was a good solution. Strangely enough. And we do have a little bit less population growth now, probably due to some instances of death. But I think I've handled the sewage problem, at least temporarily speaking. So now we're on our march to 50,000 in the hopes that we can actually... these are 6-lane highways, okay. In the hopes that we can get our airport built, which I think is going to allow us to usher in a new age, a new golden age for our city here. Admittedly, not happy that people died in the process, but that's okay. Well, it's not okay. This is a 6-lane highway, and then, how did I grid this? It's been a couple days. These are 2-lane highways with trees. Okay, or not highways, 2-lane roads with trees. Weird kind of topography here that I didn't notice originally. So we're going to grid this up again. We've got a lot of intersections going here. I'm not going to, you know, try to deny that. And we'll maybe build out another zone like this. Alright, and then we're going to grid it up. So what was my design philosophy for gridding this? I can't believe that it actually, like, people are loving living in this area somehow. We've got a lot of demand for pretty much everything, which is great for us. So we'll put, I'll tell you what, we got a commercial demand. We'll put some low-density commercial on this block to mitigate the noise from that theater and the university somewhat. And then we'll put some low density residential over here. But we want to grid this up a little bit. So let's go back to our... Do we have 2-lane roads or 1-lane roads connecting them? 2-lane roads. Alright. We'll go back to 2-lane roads with trees. I want to just take a look at our roads. So there would be an intersection going off, and then you'd kind of connect it back down here. Would that bulldoze the university? No. Let's try that. And, what was I doing? Was I really just gridding the shit out of it? Is that the design philosophy that I should be using? Or was I doing something more along the line? Yeah, like this, almost. Okay. Let's try this on for size. What you do is you create 1,000 intersections, and then people say, well, I don't want to drive there, and all of a sudden, no traffic. That's how it works in downtown Montreal. And then you get this, like, super, you know, high-density suburbia here. I tried to give people what I thought they wanted. I tried to give them good public transit. I tried to get free public transit, lots of metro stations, walking paths, and they said, I want a yard and a dog, and you know what? I just want to give the people what they want, basically. So if this is what they decide they want, if they want to live in suburbia, then by all means, man. The suburbs get a bad rap. I grew up there, and I turned out just fine. Fuck the police coming straight out the end. Yeah, you know. There was a joke in there somewhere. I don't know if I have the authenticity to pull it off. Put some offices along the back wall here, because there's a university close by. Didn't mean to imply that, by the way, if you listen to hardcore rap music, you did not turn out okay. That's an ignorant assumption. We are going to need to pipe this up here. And we got some offices being built. Hilltop Dental, I think, is what I would choose. In fact, our first office there, I might name it myself. I don't get too much into the customization aspect of the game, but I should. Because that office is on a hill. So as far as I'm concerned, that's Hilltop Dental for the rest of my life. No power, huh? I mean, we can do something about that, but I was kind of hoping you would just bridge the gap. All we need is like one more business to go up. You can do it. I believe in your abilities. There we go. The grid should be complete. How's the rest of our city doing? I don't want to just focus on Walnut Park up here. Everything, honestly, seems to be going relatively well. Okay, admittedly, apparently we have a problem with death over here. Is that due to pollution? And let's check out our water pollution. How's that looking over here? It's still somewhat feeding into our water column. I would rather it didn't. But I think our sickness is going to be a little bit better soon. Let's take a look at our infograph for health. Average health, 84. That's way better. We were at like 78 before. And what about pollution? Ground pollution, I can't yet tell if it's dissipating. And, I don't know. It seems okay for now. Drinking water pollution, 1%. That's way better. But now we have ground pollution instead, which is a little bit more insidious, you know, harder to just get rid of. Is it really, like, your health that's a problem here? Or is it death care that's the issue? Because I can just put, like, an incinerator. This is not an incinerator, sorry, a crematorium. Subtle difference. I can just put one of those right here. And, you know, they have hearses. They kind of replace cemeteries in a way. I thought you needed to have both, but apparently not. And then, hopefully this will drive up land value and we'll have a lot less corpses hanging out in this general vicinity. Is that commercial? Why are our commercial businesses going out of business? I'm assuming not enough residences. Is that another commercial zone here that's having problems? Yeah. Probably not enough customers. We could rezone some low density as high density, like low density residential as high density residential. I think we're doing well enough financially that I can... I mean, I don't really want to lower tax that much. We already have really low suburban tax, basically. I want to see more houses popping up here. Okay, I lowered taxes and residential demand has gone up somewhat. That's good. This is low density commercial. This is high density commercial. All right, I'm gonna actually de-zone a block here. Try to use the fill tool a little bit more. It is convenient when it works properly. And we'll rezone this as high density residential in the hopes that we can just fit a few more people on this block, basically. And we can always rezone high density commercial around it if we have to. But for right now, with businesses sort of going under here, I don't really want to zone more commercial. There's more demand for commercial, but people keep going out of business, so it gives me a little bit of pause, you know? I'm hoping that there's enough land over here to get us to 50,000 without us having to really, really rezone as high-density residential. Man, lowering taxes by like 2% completely tanked my budget. Do we have a loan? I mean, we don't need to take loans, but just as a fail-safe. Yeah, we're going to have like 80,000 in loans we can take pretty soon. Alright, well, the offices are being built. As offices are being built, I'm assuming that more people will want to live in this area because there will be jobs available. Our demand, it comes up for like a second and then goes back down. What else do we need over here? Do we have good health coverage? That's cemetery. We don't have great health coverage, actually. Let's throw down... Do we have a hospital over here? Or is it, we have one medical clinic. Let's throw down a hospital, like, right here. It won't fit, huh? Let's throw down a hospital, like, right here, where I'm not gonna, like, regrid it anytime soon. And then people will be thrilled. How about fire? We got, like, no fire? We can afford to go over the top here. Let's build a fire station. We'll put it down, like, right next to the hospital. That'll give us great fire coverage over here. Police. We actually already have pretty good police coverage, so I'm not going to waste the money on a big police police headquarters, I should say. I'll just build a police station like that. That'll help us out. And schools, we already have good elementary school availability, but we'll build another one over here, just so that, you know, it's easier to get to where you need to go. High school, we could build another high school over here. Basically, my thinking is just provide services, and then more people will want to live here. And we have the money to kind of dip into the red for a little while, if we have to. I forgot, by the way, that we actually have another island that we can build on. Let's take a look at the rest of our city. Birdsong Heights. It's going all right. Not a great use of space in Birdsong Heights, I'll admit, could be better. Main district, or the, you know, founders district of our city, looking totally, basically self-sustaining. Couple of skull and crossbones. Little bit of a problem there. Do we have cemeteries reaching them? We should. Maybe health is low there, but it's not a major concern. And, you know, the High Hills is looking awesome, man. Like a really weird kind of district. But it's taking care of business. I'm loving our jobs area, man. Every time I see somebody walking on one of these footpaths, it's like the greatest day of my life. Every time I see somebody walking on one of these footpaths, it's the greatest day of my life. Free taxes to whoever uses the footpaths. Apparently nothing can persuade them. What about this footpath? Yeah, there we go. Let's find a random citizen. Resides at the Barlow residence, unemployed, going home. How'd you like your day? Unemployed? Worker at elementary school, okay. Unemployed? What? There's so many unemployed citizens living in Lynch Hills. You live right next to the Fishhook, the stadium, the water purification plant district. There's so many jobs. I mean, it's not a jobs district, but it's up there. I gotta do something about that. Maybe it's there's a disparity between the jobs being offered and the education value of our citizens. Maybe zone like a small office area, like right here. What if I tell you what, put like a little small, tiny office area, like right here. Employ a few more citizens. I'm sure that those buildings will get filled up in no time flat. Is there any extra space? Like, yeah, we can. I don't really want to do it right off the highway, but if we can do something like that. Can we build an office that tiny? I'm not totally sure, but I think that, you know, there's a few more jobs brought to the area. Yeah, you can get a job at Top Banking if you're an educated worker. Financial News, they're pretty competitive. Financial News and Top Banking. You know, this is the Angry Clans mobile games. There you go. If you're a little bit more technically minded, there's a couple of Angry Clans mobile games. They've really expanded aggressively into the area. And you can also work at Trident Accounting. It's a financial district, I'm not gonna lie to you. We got more death, unfortunately. Is it a health thing? What's our drinking water at right now? Average health 85. Drinking water pollution is 0. It's quite nearly getting into the drinking water here, isn't it? What we can do, and I hope that this will, I don't want to say solve the problem, but, like, at least grant us some more time before we really have to worry about it, is just move all these pipes over to the other side of the water. And we'll make sure that they're still connected here, otherwise nobody in the city will basically have water, and that's not good for business. But in doing so, probably the most, like, awkward way of piping this shit up. I'm not a plumber, okay? You need power? Are you kidding me? You're overlapping this shit. Don't even try to pull that. Oh, that was the water overlap. Sorry, not the power overlap. Alright, all's forgiven. I'm hoping that mitigates any water complaints that we have, but I need to look again. These are the intake pipes here. There's no pollution reaching them. It's close. This one should be relocated as well. Just put that over here, and it'll automatically have power. We'll pipe it up. Alright, I think that will probably solve our issue there. How is there water pollution over here? This doesn't make sense to me. Whatever. It's a start. Maybe there was already poop in the water, so that, you know, just it's gonna take a while to get it out. That makes sense. Population's growing. Have we filled in? We haven't quite filled in this area over here yet. These guys have no idea that taxes are about to effing skyrocket. Once I actually fill up this space, oh lord, get ready. Do we have cemeteries over here? We could have better cemetery coverage. So let's throw a crematorium like right here. Yeah, that pretty much handles it. We also have like no cemetery coverage over here. That's sloppy. That won't reach the interior. So we really need to put it like on the inside here. There we go. These are like weird self-sustaining like microchip districts or something here. Do I have this zoned properly? No, not even close. That's what I was thinking. Like, Walnut Park, its text is not where I would expect it to be. Alright, that's better. So I am thinking, you know, we're coming to the end of Walnut Park's expansion, at least as suburbia. What building went under here? We have a couple of choices. If residential demand remains high, and it's looking like it might right now, we could rezone a lot of Walnut Park to be high-density residential as opposed to low-density residential. That would be good, but we'd have to make sure that our services were scaled in accordance with the new population growth. Or we could expand to like our 5th fucking island here and try to get like a new colony, for lack of a better word, going over here. I kind of prefer the idea of just saving a lot of money right now. Like, not that we need the money, but financially speaking, it seems way smarter to just rezone a bunch of our areas over here as high-density residential as opposed to low-density residential. And those are offices. I'm sorry to do this because you're, like, building literally right now, but we'll try it this way first. And we're going to lose a lot of population in the process here, at least temporarily, but while residential demand is high, I think this is going to be good for us. So I'm actually going to dezone this as well and then make it high-density commercial. I'm going to be a little slower about it just because I want to make sure that they don't go out of business because there's a lack of customers. But I think this could be a really nice opportunity for us to kind of leapfrog on our, you know, build on our existing population growth over here and the fact that people want to live in Walnut Park and just make sure that we can hit 50,000, get that airport down, and, you know, usher in the next stage of our city. Because it looks like we don't really have that many opportunities when residential demand is through the roof. So, whenever available, I'd like to piggyback on my earlier success and get some high-density residential down if we can convince people to come into our city at least. I could lower high-density residential tax a little bit more. and raise low-density residential tax so that they're equal, and then people can make more of a decision, not necessarily based on finances, but based on where they'd rather live. So older adults, people with families, etc., will come and live in the suburbs, and then younger adults will have a little bit higher percentage chance of living in the high-density residential, which will allow me to get better population growth in here to begin with. All right, it looks like it's going pretty well here. Of course, the more high-density residential we build, the more jobs there are going to need to be in this area. So we have to, we don't have to, but I would like to be a little bit slow about our growth here, just so that I can also ensure that we're reaching like a pretty good homeostasis, you know? Man, I don't know if I would want to live on these buildings. Timmy, you know, you can ride your bike, but try not to touch the cliff, okay? Some weird-ass, like, terraforming going on here. It's like bunk beds, but for actual houses. It's freaking me the F out. That's high-density commercial, so the next thing I want to do is D-zone our low-density residential that's immediately adjacent to it, thereby allowing us to build high-density residential adjacent to it, and hopefully keep those high-density commercial buildings in business, keep my tax income up there. It's good stuff. Do we have any more unique buildings that we've unlocked? Apparently not. Let's look at some of the... Construct all city service buildings. 50% of the population highly educated. I think we probably will reach that. Construct harbor. I could do that pretty easily if I knew how to do it. Construct 300 city service buildings, 5,000 children in elementary schools. Maybe eventually we'll get that. Hoping, I saw some garbage pips fly up here. I'm hoping that doesn't become the norm. That'll be a little scary. We still got some skulls and crossbones, huh? Crossbones is... Can I just deal with that with, oh shit, you're full, huh? We have an incinerator plant right next to you. That's alright, we can do something about this. Just throw a landfill, like, across the street. Oh, that's not gonna make these people too happy, but, that's okay. And then, if we empty this, I don't assume there's much population growth happening over here, so this should allow us to keep this going. Why are you dying? Is it all the fires? Or is it a health concern? The health looks fine. I'm assuming that maybe you just don't have, good crematorium coverage? But it looks like you do. I don't know. Tell you what, there's a dead body there. Let's bulldoze it. And, put a crematorium in instead. People will be super stoked about that. Is it really just a traffic issue or what here? Let's look at our water pollution graph, because that's how it's happened before in the past for me. I mean, the pollution's getting a little bit better, actually. I still don't understand kind of why we have pollution in the intake here. That is intake, is it not? Is that freaking outtake? That's a water drain pipe, and I was like, why is it creating pollution? I don't get it. Sometimes, you guys, I got to apologize. Well, the water pollution should be 0. And ground pollution... I mean, there's no ground pollution in the red district, so I don't think that people are getting, like... I think it's gotta be a traffic issue with hearses, basically. It doesn't make sense to me that these people should be dying of anything other than, you know, maybe not natural causes necessarily, but, you know, normal causes. Alright, let's do this without bulldozing our university. It's in here somewhere. And another one down here. Is that commercial? No, that was residential. Residential being abandoned is a little weird for me. What is this? Not enough services? Not enough goods to sell. I don't understand what that means. Like, within the context of the game, not enough goods to sell. Make more goods, man. We could also, if we bought this land over here, we could make, we can make another highway crossing, which we probably should, just to mitigate, because if you want to come in right now, you got to come all the way over here. That's annoying. Probably causing unnecessary traffic in the Birdsong Heights. Oh man, and that road on the way in. People are loving the Birdsong Heights, man. Crazy traffic. I don't understand what that means, not enough goods to sell. What can I do about this? Not enough goods to sell. Oh, make sure there's enough industrial area to produce goods for commercial buildings. Fair enough. I've got too little heavy industry. Or maybe just too little industry in general. Well, that's the end of the episode here. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.